Hello everyone and now welcome to a game Happy versus LawLiet at this game taking place here on Tidehunters 1.2. We are looking at Happy spawning as the yellow undead player on the top left hand side of the map, opening things up with an Altar of Darkness, a Crypt, and a Ziggurat. Looks like ghouls will be in order and served up today. Meanwhile, on the south side of the map, we have LawLiet spawning under the name Kitty, as he builds an Altar of Elders, Moonwell, and Ancient of War. Ancient of War is ready to tank some of that damage off of this 4-3-3 creep camp, which will give that hero nearly level 2. What I am curious about is if the Demon Hunter has really transitioned into the highest levels of play. We've seen the Demon Hunter being played at the pro level, but not. Haven't seen really a Lala yet or Happy play some games yet. Are we going to be looking at a Demon Hunter? We are, and with this very tight grouping of units, perhaps that Demon Hunter will be able to use that immolation and affect all three units at the same time. I think that is the timing there. If you're able to hit 3 units at the same time with immolation, it is definitely effective in terms of damage per second. Hello, Dos Clay. Thank you for tuning in, and for all of you guys out there on YouTube or however you may be watching, thank you. Hope you guys are enjoying this game. I hope you guys are having a great day. Make sure to comment, leave a like if this is not your first time watching one of my videos, as it does support the channel. Also, shout out to everyone who watches on YouTube but supports my channel with a Twitch subscription. If you have Amazon Prime, you have a free Twitch subscription, and it's just a way to keep the channel going. All right, Demon Hunter is venturing forth. It does not have, nope, does go for immolation right there, going after that Forest Trapper and also that Sea Giant at the same time there. One more strike, that will get finished off, and now picking up a Gloves of Haste. Death Knight, moving off to the north, has sold the Scroll of Town portal, has two Essence of Blights, and quickly places down an Ancient in order to, well, aggro things there. The Death Knight could have gotten a Death Coil off as well after that first hit, and by getting a Death Coil off, it would have, well, stopped that Wisp from getting a detonation and removing this Blight. We are going in the Immolation by LawLiet, and Immolation, of course, absolutely makes sense if the, well, excuse me, if the undead player is going wide early. All right, I'm going to say this, in the Night Elf versus Undead matchup, I would actually be very surprised if we see a lot of Crypt Lord first. The Demon Hunter may simply counter the Crypt Lord and that go wide strategy so well early on that it is no longer a viable strategy until the Demon Hunter falls out of favor. Down to the south side here, Death Knight now going after a giant sea turtle. Happy doing a great job trying to clear out creep camps. There's a Death Coil picking up a Gauntlet of Ogre Strength +3 and now wants to save this ghoul, but unable to do so as the Demon Hunter now gets to level 2 and also gets in a mana burn. That level 2 on that Demon Hunter going to make a big deal overall. Mana burn, but I've said it in the past, Night Elf players may be forced to try and build more Moonwells during this Nightfall in order to compensate for the Demon Hunter having to regenerate hit points and mana so often. Demon Hunter now heading back off to the north here as the tech to tier 2 has already begun on both sides. Happy quickly stopping that strategy for a fast expansion, but could still follow it up here with an Acolyte. Demon Hunter now ready to put in some immolation. There you are. There's that immolation just racking up damage against multiple units. And, well, that damage does take quite a big toll. Death Knight. Oh, wow. What was that? A little bit of screen stutter there as the Demon Hunter tries to go after some of those units. Archer could end up getting finished off here. The units are still trying to chase as the archers are heading back here. 65 damage. A handful of archers should be able to finish that easily. Are we going to see one? Yes, one archer getting taken down there as the Demon Hunter gets, well, all of its mana removed. Perhaps a mana burn was used on that Death Knight to prevent it from getting off any death coils and saving that ghoul. However, the archers are now in a little bit of trouble as a low hit point ghoul also taking some damage as well. All right, down to 79.54. 3 more strikes should finish it off. No, one more strike there. Random number generator hitting on the high side, allowing for two quick shots. Archers still looking to retreat back here. What is going on? The ghouls want to scout out, see if an expansion is in play, perhaps expects that it is not, as the Demon Hunter, well, currently only sitting at 45 mana, may not be able to get enough damage onto that low hit point ghoul before that ghoul tries to, well, sacrifice himself on those elementals. However, the Demon Hunter does get the final shot off there, as we are looking at a Naga Sea Witch joining alongside Happy, perhaps to try and slow things down. Demon Hunter feeling a little bit more blue than the blue he's already painted, getting a little bit slowed down by that Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch only has Unholy Aura as that movement speed buff, as the Demon Hunter trying to perhaps land a mana burn on a Naga Sea Witch. Not necessarily going to be that useful though, as the Naga Sea Witch also has now Boots of Speed and will be able to move around the map quickly. All right. Demon Hunter looking to retreat back off to the north here. Death Knight still wandering back around. What is going on, as a little bit of damage getting absorbed by that Demon Hunter and getting pushed back. Good morning, Burrow Rush. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see some familiar faces. And if I'll say this right now, if I have like a look of disgust on my face, I have like a broken motor attached to something in my house, and it's just it's constantly running every 4 minutes, and it sounds like the laundry alarm when your clothes are done drying, except it's 20 seconds longer and does it every 4 minutes. So if I look disgusted, I'm like, ugh, it's because I hear it again, and supposedly someone's going to try to come by later today and fix it, but it's been going on all night, and I've had a difficult time just staying asleep because it always feels every 4 minutes the laundry's done type of thing. Anyways, coming back through here, well, Archer getting denied there. Demon Hunter having a bit of problems getting cold arrowed. Is he going to be able to make it back here? Naga Sea Witch does not have Staff of Preservation. Boots of Speed transferred to the Demon Hunter, as you see the cold arrows being applied by the Naga Sea Witch to try and stop that pursuit. All right, Demon Hunter draining a bunch of mana here. You can see those Moonwells. 2 of those Moonwells are already bone dry at the start of the day. And I've said it before, players, and I'll say it again, Night Elf players are going to have to manage their Moonwell use. And with the Demon Hunter not having evasion now because of how popular Immolation is, it's putting another tension point on Night Elf players. Coming back around, Null Warden, Null Assassin going to end up getting finished off here, as that Ancient of War tanking quite a bit of damage as well. Good evening. Well, good evening, Leisure. If it is evening for you, good evening to you guys as well. It's as well, we're looking at Dryads, Archers going up against what looks like Halls of the Dead. Going to tech to tier 3. We are going to be going into Obsidian Statues. We are now transitioning into Crypt Fiends, as a battle is happening in the center portion of the map. The Dryads with their slow poison able to pick off those ghouls fairly well, as these Dryads will then end up being countered by those Crypt Fiends here in just a moment. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability picked up alongside the Claws of Attack and Boots of Speed. That Demon Hunter should be able to move around the map very, very quickly, as the Demon Hunter now looking to dive on in against these Enraged and Sea or Reef Elementals. Level 2 on the Naga Sea Witch. Level, well, Druid of the Claw now coming quickly out onto the battlefield. Should be using lots of rejuvenation. And this is when the tension on Night Elf changes, as the Druid of the Claw is now able to have another form of healing besides those Moonwells. Quickly doing that even at Tree of Eternity before Tree of Mastery is done, making sure as the Demon Hunter now goes after this creep camp here, you can see that level 1 Immolation dealing quite a bit of damage, and now going to be finishing off these last remaining units here. And there it goes, it's buzzing again. Druid of the Claw in that frontline spot, going after the Granite Golems and Sea Giant Hunters here. I'm going to try and clear things up. Demon Hunter could transition back over. No, actually continuing to go after green creep camps, as Druid of the Claw could be perhaps trying to get some additional rejuvenations. There's a little bit of slow poison. The Sea Giant Hunters are getting taken down. Where is that Granite Golem? Not engaging in the fight, as the Demon Hunter sits at level 4, and the Naga Sea Witch now getting closer to level 3. Meanwhile, looking at the Knight or the Undead Army finally adding in that Lich with that Orb of Corruption. Very rare to ever see a Lich without that Orb of Corruption, considering how powerful that ability is, and well, you want to have it applied to a ranged hero. All right, Null Overseer are going to get taken down, meaning that the Null Assassins are quickly to follow, leaving the Naga Sea Witch still at, well, the Undead Army still at 3-2-1. Off to the north, this gold mine has not yet been cleared, and even after all this time, this is a bit strange. 10 minutes and 30 seconds into this game, no expansions, and the majority of the creep camps have been cleared out. They haven't really had that many strong engagements against each other, as Happy now looks to set up an expansion here in a different position, a little bit more difficult to clear out, and picking up a, let's see what item it was, potion of greater healing or wand of mana stealing. Can't quite tell what between those two. All right, destroyers are taking to the skies now. Lich gonna get to level 2 here. Are we gonna be looking at Dark Ritual as that second ability, or Frost Armor? That is the question. Frost Armor to try and protect perhaps those Obsidian statues, as that auto attack does get a little bit deadly. All right, Obsidian statues in the back position here, absorbing, or well, providing mana and hit points to the undead army, as both sides staying at 50 supply, making sure not to go into high upkeep. Demon Hunter benefiting a bit here, picking up True Shot Aura, could give that to the Naga Sea Witch, who has plus 24 attack. That may actually come as a big surprise. The Naga Sea Witch's cold arrows, but that plus 24 attack will really take or make a large dent in any unit that tries to make its way over. Demon Hunter now trying to make it back here. There's a mana burn there, as damage is already racking up. Death Coil, Frost Nova, Naga Sea Witch taking quite a bit of damage. Healing Ward now being placed down here is going to get finished off before the teleport. Yes, it is, as there's going to be a small window of opportunity to clear out this gargantuan sea turtle creep camp before the Night Elf army makes its way back over. Death Knight picking up a Scroll of the Beast in addition, so having some very powerful consumable items between the Healing Ward, Potion of Greater Healing, and Wand of Mana Stealing. Coming back down, Demon Hunter does have an Orb of Venom. Are we going to have a bit of an engagement here, as the units are going to try and fight here? Demon Hunter trying to go after, there is some destroyers. There is another Abolish Magic onto an illusion, quickly figuring out which one is which, as we are looking to apply, well, poison onto those destroyers, taking a little bit of damage over time. Those destroyers will need to get healed if they absorb far too much damage here, as the Demon Hunter does not have, well, does have level 1 evasion, so does have a little bit of additional vitality or effective hit points overall, as well, some of those attacks will be missing their target. Happy already breaking into low upkeep now. We are looking at Happy's expansion, showing that he's fully mining and getting 14 gold a second compared to his opponent's 10. That additional army size, though, should be the defining factor here. 36 supply army going up against 52, and the Demon Hunter quickly needs to go after these acolytes here. Otherwise, things could go sideways quickly. Level 2 Fork Lightning going to go ahead and get applied. Is it going to finish off? No, the Night Elf army, Scroll of Town Portal, going to go ahead and inbound here. Demon Hunter being forced to retreat back. There's another mana burn there by the Demon Hunter, trying to keep the Naga Sea Witch, Death Knight, and Lich in check. But until that Demon Hunter gets to level 5, 100 mana burns are not going to cut it. Nice, I love catching these live. Well, thank you for tuning on in. All right, Rejuvenation may be in order, but with 3 destroyers nearby, that Rejuvenation would quickly just be devoured. Demon Hunter has to be very careful here, as the destroyers want to go after those Druids of the Claw while they're in Druid form. That damage is simply going to be too much here, as they're going to try and push back the other way. 50 supply compared to 62. Happy seems to be in the driver's seat, as he's able to attack even during nightfall with a bunch of full Moonwells behind. All right, Demon Hunter in a little bit of trouble. Going to go ahead and Staff of Preservation behind, and going to perhaps try and engage here. A little bit of slow poison. No Orb of Venom on that Naga Sea Witch, as damage could get racked up. That Naga Sea Witch could really rack up a fair amount of damage. There's another mana burn, and you can see the Death Knight and the Lich are pretty much out of mana already. The last to have mana is still that Naga Sea Witch here, as the Demon Hunter is still trying to drain up more of those Moonwells. All right, yes, there is the improved Moonwell springs, allowing for faster mana regeneration, as the Druids of the Claw are just completely staying behind here. Do not want to go up against those 3 destroyers, and that is a problem if your tanky front line does not feel like engaging. All right, there are some rejuvenations. There's a staff of preservation. Both sides still fighting their way through. Beautiful play by LawLiet here, as damage is just continuing to slowly stick on to the undead army. 65 supply compared to 70 now. Night Elf finally breaking free. I'm sorry, maybe my stats were up top where I was reading incorrectly, as now Mountain Giants are now out here onto the battlefield. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Crypt Fiend now getting taken down. We are looking at some taunts here as well, as the Demon Hunter is trying to rack up more damage against those destroyers. A little bit of damage over time. Still, Obsidian Statue now joining in on the battle here. Moonwells are pretty empty, as the Demon Hunter gets off another Mana Bird, but I believe a Death Coil was already used there. There goes another draining of those Moonwells. The Druids of the Claw need to get back into Druid form, and those destroyers are going to try and retreat, as they are all low on hit points. Who's going to have a little bit more gas in the tank? Demon Hunter gets Staff of Preservation back, but no Druid, no rejuvenation available just quite yet. Down to 83 hit points, and it needs to come back over the top. All right, there is Nightfall. Demon Hunter going to try and hide. Druids of the Talon taking to the skies, and this is going to be interesting. Druids of the Talon, 29 to 47 air damage with very far range. Their air-to-air attack is actually a range of 600 compared to destroyers only having, I believe, 300 or 450. With that, the Druids of the Talon with piercing damage, this will be the first time I'm seeing Druids of the Talon actually here to try and effectively counter destroyers. There goes that bit of damage right there. 29 to 47 ranged damage anti-air. That is absolutely huge, as another destroyer gets taken down. Those Druids of the Talon, even only with adept training, causing problems, as the units are now trying to retreat back. Crypt Fiends trying to web down those Druids of the Talon, and well, the Druids of the Talon really owning the skies here. Demon Hunter trying to perhaps heal back up as well. Gonna heal up a little bit more, going after the Obsidian Statue as he is at level 5. Staff of Preservation for the save. Druids of the Talon could perhaps try to go back into Druid form and now start applying that negative armor and having a little bit of an effective place there, as the Lich ends up surviving with a level up and a last second heal. This has been a great game. Close calls overall, but really LawLiet transitioning things back around and able to overcome Undead's economic advantage. All right, Happy having a little bit of trouble here. Demon Hunter, every hit point making such a big difference there, as the Druids of the Talon made a big deal. Dryads, are they going to find those Crypt Fiends? Looking to get those Crypt Fiends there. They were burrowed, and now perhaps can catch a bunch of units in transit once more. Another Crypt Fiend going to get taken down. Druids of the Talon, however, do not have Cyclone, so will not be able to pick up those targets. All right. Except for Chimera, every Night Elf air unit counters destroyers. Hippogriffs, Druids of the Talon, Fairy Dragons. Well, yeah, I guess fairy dragons, and then chimeras. Well, can attack destroyers versus counter destroyers is a different thing, and we've seen hippogriffs as well not work out, just because we've seen as soon as a player gets into a decent number of hippogriffs, those hippogriffs can become useless if those destroyers are not there. The Druids of the Talon can go back into druid form, start applying that negative fairy fire, and also have magic attack against the range magic against obsidian statues. All right, there goes a Frost Nova against a flock of Druids of the Talon, as we're looking at Mana Burn and Fork Lightning going all the way around. All right, Druid of the Claw there. Druids of the Talon now trying to go after the destroyers with that Druid of the Claw roar, as destroyer after destroyer could end up getting taken down. 62 supply compared to 64, or 73 compared to 64. Both sides still fighting their way through, as we're looking at that immolation from the Demon Hunter trying to go after all of those targets. More web now getting thrown down. 73 supply. A beautiful game here, as the Abominations starting to take a little bit more damage, but somehow able to stay alive. No poison being applied there. More orb of venom damage going down onto that destroyer. The destroyer down to, well, it would have been down to dead if it wasn't for those obsidian statues healing up, as a Druid of the Talon gets taken down there. 67 supply compared to 70. Remember, Happy does have the economic advantage, and he is able to replace all of those units so much more quickly. Cheaper, better damage, useful, air dominating, after dominating air. Amazing. Yeah. LawLiet being able to do this down in Expo, but he is not out of the woods yet. Happy's stronger economy pushing back the other way. Remember, LawLiet was able to get a bit of this advantage. Are we going to see a Staff of Preservation? No, we are not. Saving the Mountain Giant there. And remember, LawLiet was able to do this when he had that home field advantage. We're going to look at the Moonwells, try to fill back up here during that nightfall. And it was that micro inside the base that was really giving LawLiet some hope. We are looking at an expansion here by LawLiet getting pressured, and it will get cleaned up quickly as Happy does still have two destroyers in the air. All right, Tree of Life doesn't have Nature's Blessing. And without that additional armor, very, very difficult to try and stay alive. There's a Frost Nova, there's a Mana Burn, and there's the engagements now. Scroll of Town Portal quickly in order to get away. Crypt Fiend's trying to back away. Are we going to see some more detonations? No, we are not. And the Scroll of Town Portal went all the way back home as this expansion could be exposed. But at the same time, it doesn't look like it's ready to fall yet. Main bases only have 90 seconds of mining left. Tree of or Nature's Blessing now being researched by LawLiet as well, as LawLiet needs to find a way to stick around in this game. Off to the north, this gold mine still has one Murloc here ready to protect it, and with that expansion, without that expansion off to the north, well, Happy could run out of gold in about 9 minutes. However, the game may be over before then, especially if LawLiet is unable to establish up his economy once more. Demon Hunter looking to engage as well. Well, Happy's main base obviously going to be coming to an end. Destroyer is going to, well, finish off a couple of those wisps, perhaps give a bit of experience. 4-3-3 going up against 5-4 right now. Naga Sea Witch about to get to level 4 with that level 2 cold arrows, perhaps slowing things down a bit more. There's a Staff of Preservation teleporting all the way back home. Demon Hunter needs to get healed back up as the Hunter's Hall now absorbing quite a bit of damage. All right, Demon Hunter. Well, range air attacks getting in some damage onto those destroyers. There's a couple of webs as the Druids of the Talon are trying to find their targets off to the side there. There's some Devour magic, and those Druids of the Talon may be able to find those destroyers, allowing the Bears to be able to fight and play in that frontline position. Are we going to see Abomination get taken down? No, we are not. The Abomination ends up staying alive at 100 some odd hit points. One or two more shots of Fork Lightning would have been enough, as the Naga Sea Witch does have plus 34 attack with that roar. Pretty much a critical strike from that Naga Sea Witch every round. That buzzing. All right. Oh, thank you for the follow here. All right, Death Knight, Naga Sea Witch, Lich ready to engage. There's a Mana Burn again there. Lich trying to chase back after that Demon Hunter. Are we going to be going into an engagement? Demon Hunter getting very close to level 6, and we know how well Superman can affect things. Staff of Preservation perhaps on the Druid of the Claw. Is he going to get saved? No, he does not. Naga Sea Witch gets up to level 4 as we're fighting back around. There goes a Forked Lightning. Are we going to be seeing some more damage onto the Destroyers? Destroyers trying to back away, and it looks like it will end up surviving, and somehow a Druid, well, no, not somehow, a Druid of the Talon falling after the Scroll of Town Portal went off, as the auto attack of Crypt Fiends are incredibly, incredibly slow. Acolytes surrounding this little Tide Warrior here, and then will be summoning up on this gold mine. I will answer that question in a little bit. Don't want to stop the cast for it. All right. Acolytes getting cleaned up here. Demon Hunter getting up to level... not much, tuna fish. All right. Demon Hunter getting up to level 6. That Metamorphosis could be deadly. That ranged chaos damage is... splash chaos damage is huge. We've seen how strong the Demon Hunter is once he just gets a bit of range when dealing with those destroyers. Now imagine that range attack can also go up against all of the ground units as well, as the Druid of the Town now trying to back away. That negative armor, very, very effective against those Druids of the Talon. That quick web down, and it just simply falls apart. Acolyte, well, Tree Entangled Gold Mine nearly done here. LawLiet gonna try and save at this 3 o'clock spot, perhaps reestablish reestablish his economy. The downside, though, is Staff of Preservation will not be bringing units back home to all of those moonwells. There's a quick web there, and now LawLiet losing once more. There's a Death Coil Mana Bird. Metamorphosis getting underway, now getting applied there. Is the Demon Hunter going to try and back away here? Cold arrows could be applied. More chaos damage as the Demon or the Death Knight now trying to retreat back. Potion of Invulnerability, and it looks like it will be able to survive. All undead, or all players can really do when the Metamorphosis is not force an engagement. Meanwhile, Destroyer is still absorbing a little bit of damage, 55 supply compared to 73. And LawLiet, well, hats off to him for making this game close, but with the economy difference, it may be too much as this base is just now getting ready to go. It is one base to one base now, but with a 10 supply difference, and happy knowing that Metamorphosis does not have to be dealt with for another 2 minutes. This will be my last game. Already 25 minutes into this game. Still no clear-cut victor yet, but Happy does have a significant advantage. All eyes on the Tree of Eternity at this 3 o'clock position. All right. Demon Hunter trying to get into position here. Naga Sea Witch now making its way over. Here we are. There's a Death Coil, Frost Nova, Mana Burn already as the Demon Hunter trying to heal back up, but already going through a number of, health items. Does have a Potion of Invulnerability, and is that 6-second difference going to be enough there as we're looking at damage getting racked up here? Abomination, taunts coming back across. Demon Hunter now down to 162. Are we going to see some Death Coil trying to retreat all the way back down to 63, 52, 39 hit points, down to 27. Ends up surviving, but now the Night Elf army is pretty much being left behind here as the heroes need to try and heal back up the generals, knowing that if they fall, it would be such a loss to morale that they need to retreat back. Meanwhile, all this time, Tree of Eternity is still able to currently mine away temporarily as the Demon Hunter now getting healed back up, ready to go for another round. Now that the Death Knight, Lich, and Naga Sea Witch do not have any mana, the Demon Hunter does have a little bit more sticking power. There goes a big mana burn across the Lich there. Is the Demon Hunter going to be able to stick around? That is the question, as it is trying to heal up and still fight across here. More damage still racking on through. More taunts constantly by those Mountain Giants trying to pull away aggro from the Demon Hunter as a Mountain Giant falls here. Are we going to see more damage? 47 supply compared to 64. Demon Hunter still has 40 seconds before it can go into that Metamorphosis ability, and now the Demon Hunter down to 233 hit points trying to stay alive here. Death Knight could end up getting taken down. Are we going to see a Fork Lightning onto this there? All right, Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter trying to retreat back. Naga Sea Witch there. Are we going to see a Death Coil? Units are still fighting their way back through. Scroll of Town Portal finally being used as all undead has left are heroes and Obsidian statues. One Crypt Fiend could end up easily getting taken down. Perhaps a Dust of Appearance or a Reveal right there. Oh, nope. Who needs it? All you need is just to stand next to the Crypt Fiend and use Immolation. All right. Rejuvenation needs to be in order. Druids of the Claw now getting trained up for exactly that purpose. Naga Sea Witch and Demon Hunter have both taken significant bouts of damage. Perhaps another Moonstone as well. Clarity Potions, drinking up all that there. And now having a Potion of Healing. However, Undead is going to be coming back and be refreshed on mana. Actually, Undead heroes are actually a bit lower on mana than I expected at this point. Only one Obsidian statue actually has mana. The other two have been drained out, meaning that trying to recover hit points and mana from right there was still a bit tough. Demon Hunter now getting ready in position. Metamorphosis is going to be coming online, and here we are going into an engagement now. Demon Hunter does have an anti-magic potion to try and absorb a bit of mana. There's that anti-magic potion just in time to shave off the damage from that Death Coil. Death Knight is still sitting at level 4. Getting to level 5 is going to be a big deal. Staff of Preservation not used on the Druid of the Claw. Mana burn on the Obsidian statue here, as this low hit point Obsidian statue is the only one that actually has mana. That is a high priority target. If it gets taken down, that is going to be a big deal. Death Knight falls, and now the Obsidian statue is going to fall. No, it's not, because Happy leaves the game. A beautiful, beautiful game going back and forth between Happy and LawLiet. At one time, I thought the other player was going to win multiple times throughout this match. I guess a game with a lot of lead changes and a lot of micro, waiting for that Metamorphosis and the timing of that anti-magic potion baiting to that Death Coil was absolutely, absolutely huge. A great game here. let's go ahead and take a look at the overall scores in the end. Um, well, happy act, or excuse me, yeah, no, not happy. LawLiet, the This is very rare to see Happy lose when he has, well, it's very rare to see Happy lose, but it's even more rare to see Happy lose when he wins the resource race. This game, well, I don't believe it was taken from a cup. Now that I think about it, I think the observer was FLO, meaning that this was just your standard ladder game. And what a ladder game it was. Let me know what you guys think about this game in the comments below. And if you got to this part of the YouTube video and didn't like, what are you waiting for? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.